Wizards of the Coast accused of using Hillary Clinton as model for new Dungeons and Dragons Paladin. All beaches on southern coast of Crimea reopened after water deemed safe. Infant mortality spiked in Texas after Wizards of the Coast accused of using Hillary Clinton as model for new Dungeons and Dragons Paladin. All beaches on southern coast of Crimea reopened after water deemed safe. Infant mortality spiked in Texas after abortion ban, study reveals. South Korea administrative robot defunct after apparent suicide. Ronaldo the 6 feet male snake gives birth to 14 babies in rare, virgin birth. Maldives Minister Fathimath Shamnaz Ali suspended for black magic on President Muizzu.
Police arrested a man they say shot a Walmart drone. Armed Americans could pose a headache for air deliveries. Chinese woman facing charge of trying to smuggle turtles across Vermont Lake to Canada. Biden administration to lower costs for 64 drugs through inflation penalties on drug makers. In India, elderly above 70 years of age will get free treatment under Ayushman Bharat scheme, says President Draupadi Murmu. USA's the Supreme Court rejects a nationwide opioid settlement with OxyContin maker Purdue Pharma. Iraqi president ratifies controversial anti-LGBTQ+ law. 3 months ago, Iraq passes harsh anti-LGBTQ+ law imposing up to 15 years in prison, drawing backlash. Latin America celebrates diversity with pride parades. In Germany, pharmacists may not refuse to sell the morning after pill.
India is slowly but surely climbing its way to the top as a medical tourist destination, say experts. Wildfires hit 600,000 hectares in eastern Russia, and Russia declares state of emergency in 2 regions due to forest fires.
Korea to launch population ministry to address low birth rates, aging population. Swedes take a new step in parental leave. Grandparents can now get paid to take care of grandkids. More China provinces to cover IVF in effort to boost births.
Russian national charged for conspiring with Russian military intelligence to destroy Ukrainian government computer systems and data. TeamViewer detects data breach as researchers attribute it to APT-29. Microsoft informs customers that Russian hackers spied on emails.
Prompt injection vulnerability enables RCE. SQL injection vulnerability found in File Catalyst Workflow 5.1.6 build 135 and earlier.
Windows 10 will get 5 years of additional support thanks to Zero Patch. Microsoft yanks Windows 11 update after boot loop blunder. Shopping app Temu is dangerous malware, spying on your texts, lawsuit claims.
Mac users served info stealer malware through Google Ads. South Korean telecom company attacks customers with malware. Over 600,000 torrent users report missing files, strange folders, and disabled PCs. Filmmakers' legal battle over Reddit users' IP addresses heads to appeal. From software parent company hacked by ransomware gang threatening to release internal data, Microsoft blamed for million-plus patient record theft at U.S. hospital giant. Russia-linked group claims cyberattack on Japanese video site Nico Nico.
Movie never made sense. Elden Ring director admits he sucks at video games. ZTE Voyage 3D smartphone debuts with glasses-free 3D display. FCC wants to make carriers unlock phones within 60 days of activation. Huawei's Harmony aims to end China's reliance on Windows, Android.
Google Translate to add support for 110 new languages through Palm 2 LLM, including Cantonese. Researchers fool university markers with AI-generated exam papers. Zhuang Hongjiang, founder of BAAI, says AI systems should never be able to deceive humans.
Musk's SpaceX gets $843 million to help discard International Space Station around 2030. Amazon delays launch of Project Kuiper broadband satellites. Astronauts take cover as defunct Russian satellite splits into nearly 200 pieces, as ISS astronauts take shelter in Boeing Starliner and other return spacecraft after June 26 satellite breakup.
Microsoft's AI boss thinks it's perfectly okay to steal content if it's on the open web.
Quora's chatbot platform, Po, allows users to download paywalled articles on demand. Apple's privacy-focused AI gets seal of approval from investors. Sega sees net loss of 6.6 billion yen due to business restructuring in Europe and cancelled games. Google Chrome to block and trust SSL certificates, starting November 2024. Cable Matters launches the world's first Thunderbolt 5 cable with enhanced performance.
China calls on scientists of all nations to study lunar samples, but notes obstacle with the U.S., and reportedly, samples from Moon's far side thicker, stickier. Lego made bricks out of meteorite dust, and they're on display at select stores. Robotic version of Indian space station by 2028, announces ISRO chief to
Caparat spyware disguised as popular apps threatens Android users. Juniper Networks flings out emergency patches for perfect TIN router vulnerability. Patelco Credit Union ransomware attack halts banking services for nearly 500,000 members. China's Velvet Ant hackers caught exploiting new zero-day exploit. In Cisco devices, Indian software firms' products hacked to spread data-stealing malware. New OpenSSH vulnerability could lead to RCE as root on Linux systems.
OpenAI CEO Sam Altman anticipates GPT-5 as a significant leap forward over GPT-4, which occasionally goes off the rails, with mistakes even a 6-year-old wouldn't make. YouTube now lets you request removal of AI-generated content that simulates your face or voice. China-led resolution on artificial intelligence passes in United Nations General Assembly.
Chinese private spaceflight company accidentally launches reusable rocket into the side of a mountain. Japan successfully launches an advanced Earth observation satellite on its new flagship H-3 rocket. CERN's Atlas experiment releases 65 terabytes of open data for research.
Use 10 times more energy than just doing a normal Google search. Meta changes its made with AI labels after backlash from users over accuracy.
Metal Gear Solid movie script still being worked on, producer says. Sega's new Crazy Taxi reboot will be an open-world MMO. Nintendo says it wants to avoid Switch 2 scalping by making enough to meet demand. Revenue from game subscriptions like Xbox Game Pass has barely grown in 2 years, potentially explaining Microsoft's studio closures.
New Satan Stealer malware steals browser cookies and passwords. Critical OpenSSH vulnerability threatens millions of Linux systems. Prudential Financial now says 2.5 million impacted by data breach.
EFF comments as hack of age verification company shows privacy danger of social media laws. Bots compose 42% of overall web traffic. Nearly 2/3 are malicious. Bot-like accounts spreading hate during UK election, announces an NGO. EU says Instagram's paid ad-free option breaches rules. Nvidia to face antitrust charges in France that could result in major fines, sources say. 3 million iOS and macOS apps were exposed to potent supply chain attacks. 4 of 5 Huawei AI chips defective as U.S. sanctions bite. China issues rare earth regulations to further protect domestic supply. India closing the gap in smartphone exports as China. Vietnam slows down.
Apple reclassifies iPhone X, HomePod, and original AirPods as vintage. MacBook owners with faulty butterfly keyboards to get payouts soon. Fortnite and Epic Games Store submitted to Apple for launch in the EU. MTV News website goes dark. Archives pulled offline. The New York Times plans shift of top podcasts behind paywall to boost revenue amid growing digital subscriber base, claimed in a report. It has been reported as first Universal theme park in Europe to generate £50 billion of economic benefits for UK, as Universal touts benefits of new theme park near London.
2 voice actors sue AI company over claims it breached contracts, clone their voices. ITSC reaches tentative agreement on basic agreement with studios and streamers. An influencer's AI clone started offering fans mind-blowing sexual experiences without her knowledge. Amazon MGM lands zombie package. I used to eat brains. Now I eat kale from Ryan Gosling's general admission. Focus Features sets November 7th, 2025 release for Yorgos Lanthimos, Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons' reteam, Begonia. DC's Green Lantern series, Lanterns, picked up as HBO series for 8 episodes.
Street Fighter lands March 2026 release from Sony. Sarah Michelle Gellar cast in Dexter, prequel series Original Sin. Marilyn Monroe's former Los Angeles home declared a historic monument to save it from demolition.
Don Henley sues for return of notes, song lyrics from Eagles' classic album, Hotel California. Apple TV Plus continues to grow in the U.S., this time overtaking Paramount Plus. North Korea executed man for distributing K-pop, report from Defectors shows. Blackpink star Lisa pays Chinatown shopkeepers $540 each to shut street for video shoot. Bollywood superstar Shah Rukh Khan to be honored with Locarno Film Festival Career Award. 15-year-old known as God's influencer to be first millennial saint after Pope approves canonization.
Hunter Biden sues Fox News over explicit images featured in a streaming series. Netflix's Ancient Apocalypse scraps U.S. filming plans after outcry from Native American groups. In Japan, solo wedding trend captures glam photos, no partner required.
3 new extinct walnut species discovered in high Arctic mummified forest. Last surviving woolly mammoths were inbred but not doomed to extinction, genomic analysis suggests. From overfished to sustainable harvests, Pacific bluefin tuna rebound to new highs.